And that should be recording. So.
What the?
Your car just got hit by a cart.
That is not even funny. I gotta go check that out.
Oh yeah, you probably want to. Did it dent it?
I don't see anything major.
All right.
Nothing obvious. My car could take a freaking beating. I seriously thought we got rear-ended.
I thought we did too. Like all of a sudden I hear the thump, and it's like, what was that? And I felt it.
Yeah, it jerked. I thought someone hit us. I'm like, are you kidding me?
All right.
I didn't see anything major, but it's really cold and really windy, so I didn't do much.
Okay. So
Nothing
maybe I
obvious.
have to check it. You know, when it warms up.
Yeah, and I was looking
Next
for red.
month.
There's the offender all the way up there.
Yes. All right.
Let's file a police report.
Yeah, probably not that.
Okay.
So.
That seriously hit my car. Like it made it. Like I thought someone hit my car.
It did. All right. Ride home review. Monuments Men came out. Holy cow! You need to get your.
No. It's just because it's cold.
Oh, okay.
The brakes are totally fine. It's because it's cold. And once they warm up, they'll be fine.
Okay. So Monuments Men. So, what'd you think overall? And story. Basically about a group of guys who go over to save a bunch of art because the Nazis are gonna destroy it all, right? And so they're tasked with saving it while, the army is pretty much blowing up a lot of stuff. So, what'd you think?
The story's alright. I think the biggest thing that hit me was just that my mind just couldn't fathom what a world like World War II was like, and what the whole thing surrounding everything Hitler did, and it just, I don't know, just even in this chaotic world that we live in today, that it's still, I just can't fathom. I don't know.
Just the fact that someone would go to those lengths to do that.
To destroy. Yeah, it's just.
There's that bad.
Yeah, but I can't hold the camera without leaning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around.
It is, and well, I think that was the whole purpose of the movie is to kind of remind people of the fact that this happened. I mean, they open up with the fact, this is based on a true story, and so this is something that really happened. Train tracks, and so these guys really were tasked to go do this, and really were assigned to go do this by the United States government near the end of the war, World War II. And, the Germans had been stealing his art. Like, they mentioned it real briefly, but, it turns out, they had their eye on, a lot of different pieces all throughout Europe for, years and years, and this was all part of, a big plan. And so, this had been something that was in the works for a long time, and so that was pretty interesting that they told the story. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. I think, it's designed to kind of be that historical retelling. It kind of gets that sort of feeling to it. But I don't know that, it's a good story, but I don't know that it really gripped me
No, it didn't. I got, Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
It got me sunken.
So, yeah, it didn't get...
Maybe it didn't have the personal...
ties.
There was no personal ties to it. I mean, other than trying to save the art and cultures and...
Yeah, I mean, the way that I look at it, I thought it was good, and in the respect that they tried to still anchor it in some of those things that were going on. Mm-hmm. They still tried to show, hey, look, there's still a war going on. yeah, the focus is primarily on, us trying to find and save this art and things like that. But they did definitely do a good job of talking about, hey, there's still fighting going on. I mean, there's a couple scenes where, all right, quick spoiler alert in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The part where the one guy gets shot, they end up right in the middle of a firefight.
I don't know, that just seemed, I mean, it probably could have happened, but sometimes you just look at that and go, okay, you're just totally putting that in for the dramatic thing of it. Like, that's when it kind of looks a little cheesy. Like that thing, like, oh, I just happened to turn the corner.
But here's, yeah, I mean, so who knows? I'm sure you could probably find out exactly what the circumstances were, in terms of the guys who were killed in action for them. I would be surprised considering that they had the one portion for Donald, and how it was that redeeming quality for him, and dodge puddles.
Well, no, his makes sense, and how he died made sense, and it seems very realistic, and it seems like, hey, you know what, that guy could see that happening.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is it's very well possible that could have happened to the other guy too. You just don't know. It's hard to say. So but I do think that they did a good job of trying to reel it in and trying to make you realize that, yeah, there is still a war going on. These were deep atrocities. I did also appreciate how they kind of went at it from two different angles, where you had the guys out in the field, and then you also had Matt Damon's character, who was kind of working the angle to get the information, to really be able to nail that stuff down and figure out, okay, where did this stuff really go? And through his work, they were able to, piece together the connections at the very end, things like that. I'm sure some of it was done for the dramatic. That's one of the reasons why they say it's based on a true story, so, they can enhance some of the storyline. But all in all, it was pretty good. I thought some of the tie-ins for the war were to pull you back in and just make you realize, like, some of the things that were really done were just atrocious. I mean, in terms of, basically just treating other human beings that way. So what do you think? Overall rating?
From historical standpoint, getting me interested, I'll give that like a high B.
Okay.
From an entertainment movie standpoint, I will give it a C.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of think of it the same way. I think of it in terms of, from a historical standpoint, I think it's good.
Well, it made me curious. So then now I actually want to go find out information on the true stories.
Yeah. And
to see what it was really like. Mm-hmm. So that's why it gets a little higher up.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's one of those things where it feels like this was an opportunity to continue to tell the story and to have more people, to get out to a wider audience. I think they did a great job getting the cast that they did, and I thought the acting was very good. Mm-hmm. I thought they did a very good job of talking about some of the moments and things like that. Some of the things that they did, like the part with Bill Murray and where he gets the record from home, and then they play it over the loudspeakers. I can actually see them doing that. And
that was our street, everybody.
Yep, I'm still talking, so we need a little bit more time to drive home here, thank you. So, because I had some points I wanted to make. So
Bill Murray, records.
Yeah, now you totally just, you're killing me, Smalls, you're killing me. Yeah, so
I don't want people to think we're fake. This is
What's
supposed to
that?
be our ride home review.
This is our ride home review. It just happens that our ride home is taking a little bit longer because I'm going in a different direction and I'll loop back around. So
Okay.
anyway,
Bill Murray.
Bill
music.
Murray, yeah, the part with Bill Murray when he gets the record from home, you know, they get the packages and everything, and then he ends up playing the song over the loudspeaker and things like that. That was really, really good. Certainly didn't shy away, in that scene as well, just in terms of talking about, unfortunately the nasty aspects of it. I thought there was an interesting juxtaposition with the, and it's kind of cliche where you have the beautiful music and a horrible scene where the soldier passes away, and stuff like that. But I thought the scene with John Goodman and or the other scene with Bill Murray and the German dude where they kind of all they all sit down and everything like that, and just, hey, take it easy, we're all okay here. I thought that was cool, stuff like that. So anyway, historical perspective, I appreciate it a lot more for that. I appreciate it for the fact that, honestly, I probably wouldn't have been exposed to the story if that, if that movie didn't come out. Chances are I probably wouldn't have read this book that it was based on, things like that. So from that perspective, getting the message out, yeah, it's pretty good. In terms of like the overall storytelling, theatrical, going out for entertainment, not as good. Just not as good. It's not that it was a terrible story. It's just that,
It didn't draw you in.
it didn't draw you in. It was,
I was trying to compare it to some of the other historical-ish movies I've seen. King's Speech, Black Hawk Down. I can't think of what else off the top of my head. Saving Private Ryan.
yeah.
And then trying to see how, okay, so it's still based on fact, but they're still trying to tell the story, and how it compared to those, how in tune and attached to the story I got.
Yeah. So from the historical perspective, I think I'm with you. I think I give it about a B. I think they did a pretty good job of telling the historical record and things like that. But entertainment-wise, it was a C at best. I mean, it'd be a good rental. It's, I'm sure my parents would enjoy it. But I don't know, how many people you'd be getting, typically even in our age bracket or younger, who are really going to be into that kind of movie. I just don't think it's for them. So, who's this for? I think probably...
And can I say something?
Yeah.
There were older people in this theater, and they talked a lot more than kids did in Frozen.
Yes, actually.
You would think they would learn to shh.
Are you talking about me? Or are you talking...
No, the people
Okay.
in front of us.
Because I know I talked a little bit, but...
The people in front of us were quite chatty. That
they
lady.
were. Well, that happens.
You're supposed to learn these rules, and they complain about kids doing it, and the older people do it more than the kids did it.
That's true.
Okay.
So who's this movie for? What do you think? Older adults?
Yeah.
They'd probably, what do you think, like 40 plus, 50 plus? For the most part.
Sure.
You're like, yeah, whatever, I'm ready to be done with this.
No, I'm kind of car sick.
You're kind of, oh, okay. So, we are stopped because we're here, we're home. So, I think we'll go ahead and we'll cut it off here and say, probably good for a rental, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, catch it on Netflix. Catch it as a rental unless you're really into history, in which case, yeah, go check it out. It'll be good. So that's our ride home review for Monuments Men. Thanks for watching.